Today we're going to be talking about beneficial ownership information reporting. It's also known as the BOIR. I know many of you started receiving this notice and wondering if it's spam, if it's real. It's real. We're going to talk about it today. And let me share my screen. We can get right into it. Beneficial ownership information reporting. This is reporting that you need to do with FinCEN. And it's a reporting that must be done at least one time while you're in business. We're going to talk more in detail about it. First and foremost, welcome. Thank you for spending your Saturday with us. A little bit about our firm if you're new. We have been running our firm since 1998. With 25 plus years of history, community CPA, we speak more than 10 plus different languages, serving 10,000 clients worldwide. Our CEO, you've seen her on Saturdays. She is an author and a CEO and managing partner of Community CPA. And she served at the National Taxpayer Advocacy Panel and this committee to the IRS. And she wrote this book, Appointment with Ying, at 8 a.m. I'm sure many of you heard about this book and maybe purchased this book, and maybe you've attended in-person seminar and have gotten this book autographed. But starting up a business, this first book has a sequel that came out. Appointment with Ying at 10 a.m. is now out. Growing your business, right? So there is 4 different series of this book: 8 a.m., 10 a.m., 2 p.m., and 6 p.m. So if you are interested, look this book up on Amazon and you'll be able to purchase your book. It's story-based, so which means they're not hard to read, they're fun to read, and it's a quick and fun read if you are just curious about what kind of people Ying have encountered in her appointments and to use those examples to grow your business. With all of our webinars, we have this no responsibility disclaimer. So Community CPA, as part of our services to our valued clients, are providing these seminars in order for our businesses to grow at your own leisure. We are not responsible for any damages that the attendees may suffer as a result of following any of the advice or information. These are not legal in any nature. You should consult your legal counsel if you should need any legal advice. So let's get right into it. Who, what, and when? What are the things that you need to know about BOIR? So the Corporate Transparency Act, okay, CTA, requires certain types of U.S. and foreign entities to report beneficial ownership information. So that's what BOI stands for, to the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. So that's FinCEN, a bureau of the U.S. Department of the Treasury. So this beneficial ownership information is information about entity, its beneficial owners, and the certain cases that has its company applicants involved. Okay, so this has to be done. People have come to us and said, hey, is this real? Is this spam? Is this advertisement? No, it's real. And you have to get it done or it has serious consequences. And we'll talk about those penalties. But other than those who qualify for an exemption to not file, okay, you have to file this report. You have to and report all of the owners involved. So that's the who and the what. The beneficial ownership information is information about entity, its beneficial owners, and in certain cases, its company applicants, and needs to be done before January 1st, 2024. Okay. If you have been in existence before January 1st, 2024. Okay. So let me say it again. This report, if you were in existence before January 1st, 2024, needs to be filed January 1st, 2025. Okay, I think I said 2024 earlier, but it's due January 1st, 2025 if you have been in business before January 1st, 2024. If you start your business after January 1st, 2024, okay, then you must file it within your first 90 days. Okay, so 3 months after you have started your business in 2024, you have to file it. Okay, and the third, if you start your business after January 1st, 2025, okay, which is the due date for all the people that were in existence before 2024, then your due date is shorter. Okay, it's 30 days. The reason for this is simple. The government understands that it takes time for this new reporting to be understood. So they want to give you some sort of time to get used to it and for everyone in the country to get acclimated. So it's a transition period. So in 2024, if you're new and you started in 2024, you have 90 days. But if you form your company in 2025, you only have what? 1 month, 30 days. Okay. So let's talk about the exemptions. So there are these exemptions for you to understand when filing your BOI reporting. Okay. First, exemption is a securities reporting issuer, governmental authority, bank, credit union, depository institution, money service business, broker, dealer, securities exchange, other exchange act registered agents and entities, investment companies, investment advisors, venture capital fund advisor, insurance company, state licensed insurance producer, commodity exchange act registered entities, accounting firm, like our firm, public utility, financial market utility, pooled investment vehicle, tax exempt entity like a nonprofit, entity assisting a tax exempt entity, large operating companies, subsidiary of certain exempt entities, and of course, inactive entities. So I pulled some examples because we can't obviously go through all of these exemptions. So I pulled some examples that I think our viewers will find useful. We can talk about the first one, investment company or investment advisor. This number 10 exemption, okay, is that an entity qualifies for this exemption if both, okay, so this is a end clause. You need to have both to be exempt. So entity is an investment company or investment advisor defined as investment company in Section 3 of Investment Company Act of 1940. So if you're part of that, you know it. Investment advisor, part of the Section 202 of the Investment Advisor Act of 1940. So if you mark yes, then you want to make sure it's a yes on the second one as well. The entity is registered with the Securities and Exchange Commissioner. Okay, so if you have both of these checked, then you know you're an exempt investment company or investment advisor. Tax exempt entity. This is the next one I wanted to pull because we have a lot of nonprofit clients, and so probably want to know. An entity qualifies for this exemption if any, okay, if any of the following four criteria apply. So this is a or clause. So any of these four apply to you, then you're an exempt entity. So what are they? Number one, entity is an organization that is described in Section 501(c) of the Internal Revenue Code of 1986. Okay. The entity is an organization that is described in Section 501(c) of the code. Entity is a political organization. The entity is a trust described in the paragraph 1(2) of the Section 4947A. Any of these four are met, then you're an exempt entity. Let's move on. This one I wanted to talk a little bit more about, just because we all have our own definition of what constitutes a large operating company. What is a large company? And so it's defined here, and you have to know that all 6 of these have to be met in order for you to be recognized as a large operating company and to be exempted. Number 1, 20 full-time employees. Okay, so number 1 and number 2 are dealing with 20 full-time employees. Number 3, the entity has an operating presence at physical office in the US, so you got to be in the US. Number 4, the entity filed federal income tax, and you have more than $5 million in gross receipts or sales. So this number 4 and 5 deal with your income, okay? So it's got to be $5 million or more. Number 6, gross receipts or sales from sources outside of the U.S. as determined under federal income tax principle are excluded from the entity's amount. So these 6 all have to be met if you want to be exempt, okay? If you are considered a large operating company. So if you have any questions, give us a call, let us know. We can run these rules by you and make sure that you apply. But it's better safe than sorry. You want to make sure you check on these before disregarding any notice. Inactive entities. So when you first saw inactive entities on that list, you're going, oh, okay, my company is no longer in existence. I shouldn't worry about this. Wrong. Because these 6 all have to be met again. So the entity was in existence on or before January 1st, 2020, which means any newer businesses after January 1st, 2020 need to file. Okay. The entity is not engaged in active business, obviously. The entity is not owned by a foreign person. The entity has not experienced any change in ownership, and I'll talk a little bit about this later again. And the entity has not sent or received any funds in an amount greater than 1,000. Okay, either directly or through any financial accounts in which the entity or any affiliate of the entity has an interest in the preceding 12-month period. And number 6, the entity does not otherwise hold any kind of type of assets, which and whether in the US or abroad, including any ownership interest in any other corporation, limited liability, or other similar entity. So more about the CTA BOI reporting, okay? So one-time filing with FinCEN, okay? So remember this agency, FinCEN. And if you hear about them, this is the report they're wanting you to file. If there are any ownership transfers after you file this report, okay, let's say you get this report and you remember, oh, Dan did this webinar and I should do this report, and you get that report done. Let's say you do an ownership transfer next year, you need to do this report again. Why? Because this BOI reporting deals with ownership of the companies, okay? So if you obviously do an ownership transfer, you need to update it. I want to stress that. It's not a one and done. It could be one and done if you never do an ownership transfer, but if you do an ownership transfer, you have to just keep in mind, you have to do this report one more time. This is the slide where, there are big highlights and things that you want to make sure you pay attention to. Because this penalty is serious. And if it's not done right, and if it's not done timely, there are big consequences. So willful failure to report will result in civil penalties up to $500 each day. That continues, or criminal penalties, including imprisonment for up to 2 years and or fine up to $10,000. This is huge, folks. Just one report. So you can tell how serious this report is when you see something like this. Okay. And so if you are watching this webinar and you have an accountant, you have a financial advisor, whoever you deal with, you want to make sure you bring this up to them. If you don't have one and you want to consult us, you can talk to us, but you have to pay attention to this report and get it done this year, especially if you were in business prior to this year. So where do you file the CTA BOI report? I'm actually going to do a do-it-yourself. If you know a little bit and have been following our webinar, you know that we love to share information. So we will do those do-it-yourself from time to time. And this is one that we will go over those forms with you and share how to get it filed later. But this is where you want to go, okay? It's this web address right here. I wanted to share it in case you wanted to start looking into it and start filing it. You're more than welcome to do so. Go to this website right here, and you can either file a PDF and upload them, or you could do a online version and submit. So there are a few different ways to doing that. I wanted to share, since it's a new year, for those of you wanting to join Community CPA during this tax season as we approach filing 2023 personal and company income tax, I just wanted to briefly share our website, our YouTube page, and just kind of go over a little bit about how to reach us, how to set up appointments, how to onboard with us. So let's do that real quick. So this is our webpage, www.communitycpa.com. If you go here, you can click on contact. If you click on contact, this is being monitored by me and Catherine, and we always get back to you. You can just contact us with your information and say, this is what you're looking for. This is what you need help with. And we will make sure that we coordinate, get you an appointment, and try to take care of you as soon as possible. If you want to go ahead and just set up the appointment yourself, you can click on appointments here at the top, okay? And pick and choose the area in which that you need help with. If you want to meet with me, I actually have a free discovery session. It's called a discovery session because we can meet to further discover each other's expectation and to basically see if it will be in alignment, to make sure that we can take care of your needs. And that's a free consultation session with me. And we can talk about all your needs, and we can talk about how we can meet those needs in that session. If you actually just need a consultation about anything, license, permit, ownership transfer, lease, business consultation related, formation related, then you can click on the 45-minute consultation with Dan and book an appointment with me. You could actually also book an appointment with others. You see here, if you speak Spanish, you can work with Psalm. And you notice he also is in charge of our tax, audit, and accounting. And so you can talk to him about those related matters. IT, business solution, and Dr. Howe, who's in charge of our government programs, and obviously Ying for any of your needs that you feel you'd like to address to her as well. Okay, so depending on who you meet, the rates are a little different. Keep that in mind. Then, last but not least, if you say, Dan, I'm convinced, I want to work with you, want to work with Community CPA, how do I get started? You click on Onboard with Us. You click on this page and you can go ahead and sign up. Sign up. I can do a demo test one-on-one and use an email password and continue. Then this page will populate. See how easy that was? And this page will tell you all about the documents that we would need to onboard you as our client. If you want to make sure you put in your name, that will be helpful. Click submit. You can actually just simply refresh. And voila. And I'll have your name updated. And this page will always keep track, okay, of the documents that you've sent us and the documents that we are still pending from you once you've registered, okay? So you will be prompted to upload these documents as we need them to finish your onboarding. What are they? Driver license. We need yours. We need your spouse's if you want your taxes done and you're filing married, filing jointly. Same for social, or for those that just have an ITIN, you can upload your ITIN. EIN if you need help with your company matters. And if you have multiple companies, then you can upload additional EIN. And then number 4, your prior year tax return for your personal, prior year tax return for your company, and any additional company or personal tax return that you want to have us look at, you can upload as well. And then the ACH form is our payment method that we will need to get you started with. And the instructions to upload these are here as well. So just make sure that you try to fill this out to the best of your knowledge. If you have questions, check the instructions. And if you still have issues uploading, you can always contact us. We are here to help. Our YouTube channel, if you go to YouTube and type Community CPA, if you missed some seminar, webinar, you want to click on this right here. And then you can make sure you find any of the YouTubes that videos that you want to look into. So you can type in ERC and all the ERC related videos will show. And if you want to type accounting, all the accounting related videos will show. And so this is the place for you. They're all free. These are videos that we've been creating since day one of the pandemic, and we wanted to make this available to our clients and our friends here so that you guys can make use of this to grow your business, to take your business to new heights, and continue to grow in your business journey. That's everything that we have for today, folks. I hope that you found today's webinar helpful. Again, I will revisit with you all with our do-it-yourself BOI reporting. So look forward to that, and we will see you again here shortly. Thank you for joining us here on Saturday. Make it a great day. We will see you guys again shortly. Thank you, and take care.